Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us for our Spotlight on Tomah. I'm Chris Hanson, your host. With us this morning is Erin Waldhart. Erin is the Executive Director of the Neighbor for Neighbor Food Pantry in Tomah. Welcome to the show, Erin.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the food pantry. Where is the pantry located?
We are located at 1118 West Veterans Drive.
Okay.
It's about a mile west of Superior Avenue.
Okay. And Superior is the main street, Highway 12, that runs right through town.
Yep. A little bit about the food pantry is we've been in operation for more than 20 years.
Okay.
Originally, the food pantries were spread out through town in the local churches. In '96, the Ministerial Association joined forces, and it is located in our current building. We've been there since '96, and at that point, the food pantry was averaging about 80 households coming in for food assistance every month.
Okay. And where are they at now?
In 2010, we served approximately 392 households.
Wow.
However, in July of 2010, we served an all-time high of 451.
And it sounds like a great feat, but that's not necessarily a good thing to have to serve that many households. And I'm sure, do you think that the local economy is doing this? Is that impacting a lot of our families?
I've noticed a trend in the last 2 years.
Okay.
We have increased about 40% in the last 2 years the number of families that are needing assistance. We are able to keep up because of the generous community and donations that come in. We're able to keep on top of things. It's hairy at times, running low on food, but we make it.
Sure.
Each day we make it.
Oh, thank goodness. Now, what is the organization's mission? I mean, what is the goal of the Neighbor for Neighbor Food Pantry?
Well, our formal mission statement is that we exist to provide food to the hungry with compassion and respect.
Okay. And
I think overall our volunteers and our staff do an excellent job at providing compassionate care.
Excellent, excellent. Go through the process. How does a client apply for assistance, and how does it work once they come in the door? Let's say I fall on hard times and I need assistance. What would I do? What is the first step for me?
Well, we would ask you to bring in a form of identification,
okay.
Something that has your name and address on it, current address, so that we know that you are living in Monroe County. You would sit down with the office worker, and they would go through your information, like the people in your household, date of birth. We don't want to duplicate anybody in our system.
Sure.
You would be given a paragraph from the federal government. We are a TFAP outlet, which means that we participate in government commodities.
Okay.
TFAP stands for the Emergency Food Assistance Program.
Okay.
So
now, when you say commodities, what are you talking, like milk and cheese, or what specifically?
It really varies from month to month.
Okay.
We get anywhere from cereal, rice, pasta, milk, canned vegetables.
So you get a shipment from the federal government, and what they send you is what you get, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And then we need to supplement with the rest of our stock.
Sure.
So when they come in, they would have this paragraph that they would read. And basically what it is them stating that the information that they've provided to us is accurate and that they fall within the poverty guidelines set up by the government.
Okay.
After that, they would receive a card from the office worker that has their household size and the amount of food that they could receive, the basic necessities that they could receive, okay, from our storeroom. They would go through the storeroom with one of our volunteers, and on that card it lists, let's say it's a family of 1 to 2, they would get 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, some meat or meal type items, maybe spaghetti sauce or mac and cheese, some cereal, and then they would get some meat items, some frozen meat. We have refrigerators and freezers in our storeroom, our small storeroom as well, where they walk through. They would get produce, bakery, anything that we have gotten in donation-wise, they would receive those items as well.
Now, how often are they able to come through the pantry? Is it once a week, once every other week? What are the guidelines for that?
Once a month.
Okay.
However, if a family was really struggling and they needed something, we would never deny anybody coming more than
Sure.
once a month.
Well, that's excellent that that service does exist in the community. And now you said it's Monroe County, so you're not just within the Tomah city limits, but they have to reside within Monroe County?
It's the eastern half of Monroe County.
Okay, so basically you take the hill, Jackson Pass east, and that's the area that you service.
Yes.
What specific items are in most critical needs? So let's say some of our viewers are interested in donating. What is the food pantry constantly looking for?
Right now, our biggest needs consistently have been canned fruit, canned vegetables, canned meat, meal type items like hamburger helper, meal helper kind of things.
Okay.
Personal items. You know, you go to the hotel and you might get a sample size of shampoo or soap or whatever and bring it home, not sure what you're going to do with it.
You take it.
You will take it.
Excellent.
And then our clients really, really look forward to that kind of stuff.
And I know a lot of people do that, and especially military. A lot of military, they get those when they're out at the different hotels, so that's good to pass along. Where do you get your donations from? I mean, I know it's not just the people walking off the street, but you get them from some businesses as well.
Right. We really get our food supply from a variety of places.
Okay.
Individuals in the community who donate regularly. Businesses, organizations maybe have some sort of event or a food drive for us. Then we have our more sporadic donors as far as what we're going to get. We get quite a bit from the Walmart distribution center, more fresh stuff like produce or meat, baked goods, the kind of stuff that varies from time to time.
And oftentimes items that part of the shipment is damaged and they can't sell the rest, so they would give
Right.
that to a local food pantry. One thing I want to touch on quick before we wrap up is you have countless volunteers working for the pantry. How many volunteers do you have in an average day?
Well, we have 103-ish volunteers currently, but on an average day we use 10 to 12 volunteers.
Wow, that's amazing. That's great. Now, if somebody wanted to volunteer or they wanted to donate, how do they either contact you or manager Judy Deming for more information? What's the phone number down at the pantry?
The pantry phone number is 608-372-6737, or you can find all of our information online at nfnfoodpantry.org.
And that's nfnfoodpantry.org. Well, Erin, thank you very much for coming to meet with us today. A lot of great information about the food pantry. It's really nice to have this type of organization in the community. Hopefully we can continue to bring donations into this great organization. Stay tuned. We will be right back, and we'll hear from Gina Mason about the new Chasing Daylight Animal Shelter. We'll be right back.